Away we go on another Monday edition of the Tall Can Audio Podcast. Matt over here, Rob over there.
Right here.
Yeah.
In the studio.
It's been a minute. I was trying to think, because you were gone the last 2 Sundays. I was gone the Sunday before that. We did something over the phone. Was the last time you were in here when Miller was here? Or have we done one since then?
Nope. I think that was it.
That was it? All right. Yeah. See, this is where I could easily go back and search the feed, but that would require a lot of...
I think that's it. I think it was Miller and I over here.
Okay. Well, he's not here this time.
Thank God. Dude just monopolized the microphone.
We're on social media at Tall Can Audio. Give us a follow there. Subscribe to the pod, wherever you're hearing us right now. A bunch of stuff to get into, but let's start with the pint. I don't want to wait on the pint. Let's start with the pint. What do you got, man?
I got a pint courtesy of Aunt Heather.
What's up, Aunt Heather?
Yeah. This is
as opposed to the other Heather?
Sister-in-law Heather, who quite often goes down with some friends to Prince Edward County.
Ah, yes.
So she likes to bring back interesting beers. She keeps me in mind. God bless her. She's a good woman.
Sure.
Thing is, she quite often likes to bring back beers that are super boozy.
Oh, no.
So what I have here today...
you could have had that one second and gone home boozed up.
No. I'm trying to lessen the effect through the show. So what I am drinking now is everybody's favorite Sunday afternoon beverage. From All My Friends Brewing, the Infested Triple IPA.
Oh, no. This has got to be 10.
10% on the nose.
Okay.
Like I said, Heather likes to bring me things because in the past she said, you say a lot of stupid shit on that podcast.
Allow me to provide you with an excuse.
So guess what? Here's a little fuel for
your
stupidity.
Stupid shit.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Which Rob doesn't need a lot of encouragement. But that is what I'm drinking today.
Okay.
What do you have over there?
This one, shout out to our
Aunt Heather.
Yeah. Aunt Heather never thinks of poor old Matt.
She does, and then pivots.
Yeah. Nah. Somebody who did not pivot. Our buddy Josh was down in Whitby near the Five Paddles Brewery, which for a time, and I don't want to be unfair about this, but for a time was one of my favorite breweries, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this before. For a little while there, the idea seemed to be, here's our stout, and every couple of weeks, let's just throw some new shit in there and see what it does. Yeah. And I got time to see what that does. Like, I will help you sample that.
Okay, all right.
There is new ownership.
Yes.
That does not mean the quality has changed. I haven't had enough since then to suggest that, but I'm about to start. But one of the things I always loved about Five Paddles was that experimental spirit. This is obviously from the Five Paddles. It is the S'more Porter coming in at 5.5%. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Our buddy Josh was down there. It's been a couple of weeks now, and he texted me. He's like, I'm going to Five Paddles. They've got some stuff here that I think you might enjoy. You want me to grab you a couple things? And I just sent him back, you know me, man. Whatever you think might fit as a Matt beer, grab it up.
Whatever might float.
Right.
Matt's boat.
And a S'more Porter absolutely came across as a Matt beer he did not miss when making that selection. So we'll see what that looks like.
So I've had a pull on this and recoiled. And again, All My Friends, they've done some really good stuff. A triple is not in my wheelhouse.
Right.
So this is not an indictment on them.
Right.
But when you get 3 times the hops, it's not like, oh, I like a hoppy beer. It's 10% and it should come in a 100 milliliter can. Is really and not because of the 10%, but really because of
how many times have we railroaded against that shit, man?
Yep. Well,
power through.
Yeah. Well, guess
what? I know you will.
Yeah, exactly. Guess what? But initially, not my kettle of tea.
A week or so ago, how often do you listen? You know what? Let's not offend our friends. I was going to ask you how often you listen to CFRA, but I won't.
Never.
Okay, let's go ahead and offend our friends. I was asked to join Chris Holsky on
sure.
Ottawa at Work.
Nice.
I said it to him. I don't know. It would have been cooler if the original host, Patricia Bowl, had called me. But it's the B team announcer because she was away. So why not go to the D team guests? And he called me up. And the conversation was drinking in parks, which is now a thing, right? That the pilot project continues. That alcohol is allowed in.
Come back for next week's episode of Peeing in Parks.
It's probably never going to be allowed. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Should be Rob. Should be the guest on that show.
What are the best parks to be? I have multiple accounts on Instagram that I follow that are like the best places for a dump in Toronto. And so like the most recent one was like this one hidden away bathroom at the Rogers Center that's like not one of the actual.
Oh, so this is actual toilets.
Yes. It's guys who are walking around Toronto and are like, if you are in a pinch, here are the places
and
to go.
Need to pinch a loaf.
And this guy knows his stuff. He goes, this is a particularly well hidden away toilet, except on Looney Dog nights, in which case it's like everybody else, man, you're waiting in line for it.
Well, and you know what? It's you and I spent years going to tournaments that were often held in high schools, wherever, and community colleges and whatnot. And you're like, man, I need to find a place far from the madding crowd.
40 or 50 athletes all trying to use at the same time.
Where they've had a Wendy's breakfast on the way in or something and a couple black coffees and you're like, Jesus.
Or 16 Looney Dogs.
Yes. And you're like, come on, man. I need to find a place where it's comfortable for.
So point being, he wanted to talk to somebody about. He's been on the show. He knows what's up. Beers that might be nice to drink in a park. Summer beers, essentially, right?
Wow, he is stretching for the content.
This is what I'm saying, man. This is why you think of Matt.
Yeah.
You're really, really tight for content. And so I went across town quickly. There was a crisp lager. There was a Pilsner. There was, I recommend the Vimy Stout because every season in this show is stout season, as you know. Moved across to something from Whippersnapper, and he asked for something from out of town. I said, approaching Canada playing in the World Cup, and Canada Day, the O Canada Maple Ale from Perth. Also, but the reason I bring it up, man.
No ghost, no sour. Like that to me is.
I don't have anything to contribute to that conversation. Those are legitimate contributions, but
you
know.
Yeah.
So the producer emails me the day before we're going to do this. It's like, we could do it by phone or over Zoom. I said, hit me by Zoom because the studio here is wired into Zoom. I can give you better
sound,
audio quality.
Yeah.
Cool. No problem. So they send me a link at like 7:00 that evening. I don't know. I'm sure that's when they line up their day for the next day. Log in at 11:15. So I logged in at 8 a.m. just to make sure the link worked.
Yes, of course. Matt's a pro.
And it didn't.
Oh.
I was like, don't do anything right now. They said don't even click on it. Or they said, like, you're the guest at 11:18. Click on this at 11:15. It probably just, doesn't open up to other people until. I don't think that's how this works, but that's what I justified in my head.
That's what Rob would think.
Tried at 10 o'clock. It still didn't work. So I did send an email back to that producer, but the producer for that show had changed twice since I had been reached out to.
The hustle and bustle of talk radio.
I guess so, man. When Patricia goes on vacation, everybody tries to go to if this isn't the A show.
Ship is going down.
So at 11:15, I clicked on it and it still didn't open up. It says, you do not have permission to join the CFRA. But I'm like, no, I probably don't.
Yeah, it's probably wise.
So I had already, though, shot one email back going, hey, if this link isn't supposed to work, disregard this. But this link doesn't work. And at 11:15, the link still didn't work. And I shot another email, and this time a text to Holsky going, hey, this link doesn't work. If it's not going to work, this is going to have to be done by phone. And out of nowhere, my phone rings. I'm like, fuck. I reach around, throw my AirPods on. And I only bring this up, all of this to say, because you, unlike most, will understand how much this would have stuck in my craw that the hit
hugely
sounded like shit, right? It's now just, well, it's a good IPA from whatever. And it's not terrible, but it sounds like an AirPods call. Yeah. It sounds like any other like, one of the things we take pride in this show is sounding better than most of those shows. It's one of the few things we can hang our hats on.
Great sound, average taste.
Right. So I was disappointed, man. I was flustered for the rest of the day because we've been on.
Did it throw the call off for you? Because I know that's where your head goes. You're like, oh,
no,
you muscled up.
You go through it, and Halsky was really good at like, let's move this along quick from 5 different breweries, right? Like and he kept the conversation flowing in a really good way. So that's fine. Like you can kind of get out of your own head for a minute. But the moment it was posted online, I was like, I got to go see what that sounded like in terms of the audio quality. And I listened to like the first 3 minutes, like, fuck! Like, bugs me, man. Because we've been on 1200 a bunch of times. That crowd knows us. This was a rare opportunity to go to a different crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And the audio quality was like, if I'm listening to that, I'm like, that sounds like shit. I'm not going to listen to that. Like,
but the guy is charming and super informative.
I like that you started at important. Nope. Informative. Still no.
Yeah, pivot.
Keep pivoting, man.
Well, you notice I didn't touch on handsome or charismatic?
Nope.
No,
it's true. I did notice
where am I going to go with?
I did notice.
Searching. Now I'm out here. What do I go with?
This guy's super impotent.
Wonk. Yeah, insolent. I don't know what we got.
Right. So.
Not right.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But appreciate Halsky.
Yeah. Thinking of you.
Now, he clarified in the email. It's like, I'm standing in for Patricia this week. He goes, on the radio, not on the 6 o'clock TV news. I said, yeah, because that's an instant no from me. I'm a face for radio guy. I am he goes, don't worry, they never would have asked me to stand in for her in that spot either. So,
okay.
Anyway, good stuff. Appreciate Shahalski.
All right. Certainly.
I did say our buddy Bunda was in here last week on here last week. He had been on vacation that week. He would have never allowed that to happen. He would have made sure that link worked.
Okay, so you've now thrown the producer
2 or 3 of them
right under the bus.
Yep. Okay. Well, who else would it be? He sent me a broken link.
Do better, man.
Yeah.
Well, and there's all kinds of interns and stuff.
Are you suggesting that I was not the top priority? It's 580 CFRA that day because that would be upsetting.
If they are scratching the bottom of the barrel, it's got to be a priority.
Yeah.
They need somebody on there, Matt.
It's true.
Filla. All filla, no killer.
Yeah. No thriller, no killer, no nothing.
Just whatever, man. We got it. Yeah, and you know what? As of the airing, it's somebody's birthday.
I suppose it is.
Oh, it's that guy. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, man.
Okay. That's all we'll say.
Yep. Why don't we start on the Edmonton Oilers chase of Mike Babcock?
And it is a chase.
And it appears the chase is over. It appears they have caught him.
Over.
They were not racing with anyone else. It seemed to be you could have strolled up to that and got it done. But the league did an investigation. I believe it was Thursday. They suggested that the investigation is over. You can go ahead and hire him if you'd like. Clearly, that was a thorough and
lengthy. The thing they shot out the message. You're like,
what did they call it? In a light most unfavorable to Mike.
Even in a light least favorable.
That's right. So not unfavorable. Like, this is the least unfavorable light that you could hire a guy in. You go ahead, hire him in it.
What interesting wording.
And I think, well, there's a bunch of different places we can go. I'll hand the ball to you here in a second, but this isn't just, it sounds like there was more to it than just the looking at pictures in Columbus, right? If you guys remember, he was hired in July or whatever it was, and he was fired before the season started. And the charge...
He resigned, Matt.
I think they mutually agreed to part ways.
But that's why there was no investigation at that point,
right.
Because he said, all right,
fuck it, I'm out.
I'm going to step aside before all this other shit comes to light.
Right. The story that we all heard was that he was inviting people into his office or wherever they were and showing pictures off players' phones. Like, tell me how your summer was. Tell me who you are. Now, his defense, and I think it's relevant here, is the player never handed their phone over to him. They had the ability to go in and out. I'll show you this. I'll show you that. I'll show you this. I think in any other circumstance, if Mike Babcock doesn't already have a history of doing what he did to Johan Franzen or to Mitch Marner or to Mike Modano or to, there appears to be a lengthy list here. It's probably...
Was Spezza on that too? Was he coaching when Spezza... The opener?
Dubas, that seemed to be more of a Dubas Babcock thing where it was like, yeah, that's not the fourth line center I wanted, so yeah, why don't you just sit up in the press box there on the home opener?
100 family members and friends are there.
It's a good look too.
Yikes.
But the defense seemed to be that they got to pick, and there was two players, I believe it was Boone Jenner and Johnny Gaudreau, who said, "That's it." Like, it didn't bug me. It was a different way to get to know somebody.
Veterans with status.
Right. It would feel very different if you were somebody trying to make the team and a low man on the totem pole. But it does sound like, and we don't know what it is, but there was more that happened there. And it apparently paints Mike Babcock in a light least favorable. And the Oilers were told, yeah, if you want to hire this guy, we got to do an investigation first. They did the investigation, and they're going to let him work for the Oilers, and by all accounts, that will get done this week now that it's clear.
Well, it's got to happen now. Hey, there's nobody else to hire because
Bruce Cassidy's still out there.
Well, he's
not available.
Not available to them. And Jim Hillier's gone.
Jim Hiller, the bell of the ball, he's no longer available.
We interviewed 55 people, and that's the guy we want.
We'll get to
Anyways,
that,
we will.
No doubt. What do you think of this whole thing?
I sent you 2 weeks ago. I sent you a text saying there's a 30%. Like as soon as those rumors first started, I'm like, man, there's a 30% chance this could be a home run.
Yep, it's on the table.
There's a 70% chance that this is a debacle. Yeah, like that. It is what
you crater out Connor McDavid's last year,
and because it's let's be clear, it is the last year. This year is the one where
yes,
and so Edmonton and Stan Bowman, the pillar of moral standards, has pushed all chips into the middle. Like you have Connor for 2 more years, but let's be honest, you're not going into that last year with him going, nah, you know what?
Yeah, it's. Do they get it going this year, or is it over? That's what's about to happen here.
And so you have now hinged. So as far as I know, Babcock doesn't play lefty.
He does not.
He is not a depth, checking winger with speed.
You probably missed it here just before we fired it up. They did re-sign Jason Dickinson at third line center.
All right.
Which is something.
Yeah, it's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
But he also can't stop a puck.
No.
And I understand they have $15 million in cap space. So, if you can make that Connor Hellebuck thing happen with no assets and nobody else to really trade.
You don't think the Jets want Darnell Nurse? Straight up, 1-for-1.
9.25. And yeah, you know what? We could make that work. You know what?
Says Edmonton.
I'll take it under advisement. I'll take it under advisement. It doesn't make any sense, I guess, is really what I'm coming back to in a long and winding road. You have hinged everything on this. It seems weird.
And there's 2 things that I come to, and it's first it kind of feels like, hey, this is our guy. This is a great coach. We want him. And somebody's like, is he a great coach? Do we know that in 2026? And like, hey, the Vegas Golden Knights do whatever they want, and they hire. They don't care if people like it or whatever. And you're like, okay,
yeah,
cool. Is he a good coach in 20? Like, I still have the same question. He's an asshole, and he's been given a pass by the league to go ahead and continue coaching. But like, motherfucker hasn't won a round in the playoffs since David Letterman was on TV.
Yeah, but that's the Leafs' fault.
A little bit. I think he's got something to do it. Maybe you don't need to play Patrick Marleau at age 47, 21 minutes a night in the playoffs, or like there are. He has some Leafs stink to him, but he created some of that Leafs stink.
Of course he did. I just never want to miss an opportunity to.
I know this about you.
To throw a little.
I can't wait for your level-headed takes on everything they've done here over the last week or so.
Throw a little elbow on the way by.
The other thing that stands out to me is, by all accounts, he met with McDavid and Draisaitl, like the leadership group, probably Zach Hyman.
And his boy Zach Hyman, who he loved in Toronto.
And vice versa, by all accounts.
Clearly.
And it's not hard to love a coach who loves you, right? Like it's
true.
That's easy enough. But I wonder what your Jason Dickinson thing. Like I'm going to struggle to name a lot of depth players in Edmonton.
What's that guy they traded for? Ended up playing in the minors. Isaac Hayes, is that his name? The guy they got from Tampa. They flipped out.
Isaac Hayes is not the same guy. Suck on my chocolate,
salty balls.
Isaac Howard, I believe.
Isaac Howard. How old are you, Rob?
But
100.
But I do. That's okay. He's probably not going to take out his bully bullshit on you, Connor or Leon or whatever. If I'm sitting at the bottom of the Edmonton roster, I'm not loving this. And there have been some agents who have made some noise going, I would not advise my.
Well, because the NHLPA also.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So you just sort of look at it and go, because there's other people. Like you listen to guys who played for him, guys like Frankie Corrado.
Frankie Corrado is saying, be careful what you wish for to the McDavids and Draisaitl's of the world.
And he said, I got zero belief that guy can change for the better.
The reason I bring up how long it's been since he's won a series is that like he showed no ability. Like in 2018 and 2019 in Toronto, he was outcoached by Bruce Cassidy. Like they were sort of sawing it off down 3 games, 4 games, 5 games, 6 games, all the way through. But it was Bruce Cassidy who kept making adjustments and Mike Babcock who kept going, no, we'll force them to adapt to us. And that's not what happened, right? That is not the way that played out.
Which is fine if you're the 78 Montreal Canadiens.
Sure. And those Leafs weren't. Were not.
No,
they
it's true.
were not. So I do wonder a little bit, like, whether, like, I think there's reason to believe or reason to question that his style will still translate. This is a far more offensive league than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
and I do wonder, there's a little bit, if this does blow up, if there is a problem, if it doesn't work, if his game doesn't translate, and if he's a shithead again, and you have to believe he'll be on his best behavior.
Well, they thought that when they went to Columbus.
But again, I don't think that picture thing was as brutal.
Yeah.
I think if he's anybody else without the history...
Yeah, it's not even an issue.
It might be one of those, hey, don't do that again. It's not a fireable offense.
It's not blown up on spitting chiclets
right.
and wherever else. And it just...
But it's because of all the baggage he already had. So I do believe that he'll be even more on his best behavior.
And people keep saying...
But I want to finish my point here. I think Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, like, you're going to wear this. If this doesn't work, you are publicly supporting this. You gave your support to this, right? Like, and not only the guys on your own team, but bottom 6 guys, bottom pair guys around the league are going to go, like, if Babcock turns out to be this guy again, fuck you, Connor, right? Like, I get it. It's fine for you. You're not going to be the whipping boy here. Like, I think he's put his reputation on the line a little bit.
Well,
here.
and you have, when they talk about we want to be held accountable, which is a bit of a shot at Chris Knobloch or Woodcroft or whoever else, right? Like, it is this idea that
we suck and you didn't hold us accountable.
Yeah, this is it. And again, I think when you look at Connor's statement at the end of the year saying, when you have high hopes for an average team, you're disappointed every time. That's also a shot at Jackson and Bowman.
Yeah.
Right? This is a team that you've created. You have provided, in that case, Knobloch, an average team, which seems even rich if you didn't have the 2 of the top 5 best players in the world.
Yep.
So, I think, and maybe you don't mean it to be this strong, but I'm not sure Connor's reputation will be much damaged by this, because if he decides, I'm going to go to New Jersey or I'm going to go to Toronto or I'm going to go wherever.
Well, isn't that worse? Like, he allows this guy to come in and then fucks off somewhere else and leaves the whipping boys behind with Mike Babcock.
No, but that ain't happening, right? Like, that, to me, that isn't the way it's going to shake loose, right? Because if Connor's leaving, this is a fire sale, and Mike Babcock is not your rebuilding coach. So he won't be left behind.
I guess, yeah.
It won't be like, Mom, you've left us with this abusive babysitter. No, it won't, because he's gone. Like, to me,
I wonder how many coaches Edmonton wants to keep. Like it does sound like Daryl Cates was also very involved in this from the ownership level, and that shouldn't be shocking either. I wonder. Last thing on this, what is the level of reputational damage to the Oilers with this? We just spent an entire playoff run talking about Vegas, especially with Carter Hart, right? Especially with Brett Howden, up and down the GM there. McCrimmon was, everybody's just jealous of us. I'm like, you're kind of an asshole too. You've now hired Stan Bowman. You have brought in Evander Kane. You've brought in Mike Babcock. Like,
you signed Corey Perry after Chicago cut him loose.
Right.
And at that time, when they did it, it was still very
we didn't know what the
vague
story
what was going on.
Yeah.
And so
I wonder at some point, like, is it not just, to me, it feels like Vegas keeps
winning.
Well, Vegas keeps doing these things and willing to hold up their nose at the shitty parts of it.
But you've been to 3 Cup finals.
Right, and they're bringing in good players. Whereas Edmonton is like, we can do that too. We can ignore the public and bringing in shit. And I think that's what's like, It's one thing if you want to ignore the morality for your franchise and bring in a superstar, or not but a good player or a good coach. It's another to just be like, we're bringing in assholes and they're well past their best before date.
Well, and you got to think that the Torts thing,
Sup, Torts,
was beneficial for Edmonton. Like, I'm not putting Torts and Babcock in the same category.
No.
But you are talking about a guy in Torts who was hard everywhere he went on players, and people can say, yeah, he was honest, he was good, he was up front.
That same guy that you talked about, Frankie Corrado, says players are fine with Torts. Like, he'll scream at you, but he will tell you, like, this is why, like, this is what you're doing wrong. And then carry on with his day, and you can be straight with that. I get where this guy stands with me. I don't love the delivery method, but Babcock is mind games.
I know. And all I'm suggesting is,
I'm just flushing out.
In terms of that, this old school guy, because that isn't the way things go so much in 2026 at all, in all sports, right? That it's those sorts of things have a shelf life, and coaching has had to evolve because new players demand it. And that's the way things have gone. And I think in many ways, justifiably and for a good reason. But I think Torts coming in and having success also emboldens a bit to go, well, we can try that. Let's try something like that with a more of an old school coach who's got a reputation.
But I know you know
nice
this.
Guy.
I know you know this. Like, Torts has none of that.
No.
Torts has never.
You mean none of the
baggage,
the friends in sort of a bullying, abuse,
right?
And I agree. And
he has no Hockey Canada baggage. He has no. He's just a whatever you want to call him, right?
Yes,
but not problematically so in the sense of
But Babcock has both of those things. He is the mind games, but he's hard. And has the asshole qualities, apparently. And so all I'm saying is for you to go away from a Knobloch or any of these newer sort of more modern coaching style. Yeah. I just think, I'm not suggesting that Tortorella and Babcock are one and the same. I'm merely suggesting some of that sort of old school Mike Keenan sort of is what sort of opens the door a crack to a coach like Babcock.
What do you suppose the odds are? And I'm going to hold off the Leafs conversation here for a bit.
Sure, yeah.
But what do you suppose the odds are that at some point in the next week or two, Jim Hiller is standing on one side of a room and Mike Babcock is standing on the other side of a room and DJ Smith is standing in the middle? Come here, boy. Come to the one you love. Like, come over here. Like, what?
Oh, he's got to be going to Hiller.
You think?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm being an asshole.
But because they
were both assistant coaches in Toronto under Babs. Hiller was also an assistant coach under Babs in Detroit DJ was not.
DJ was an assistant under Hiller
in LA.
In Los Angeles.
Yes.
And so I think, well, first of all, it's a kick in the balls if you're DJ Smith that you're like.
Both of those guys?
Well, like I've been a head coach and I was just a head coach and now
They fired that guy for me.
Yeah.
And now I'm the one who
has to go and assist to that guy again. If I'm him, and again, it's easier to be the assistant coach because you are the good cop. You know what I mean?
And it's not hard to be the good cop under a Mike Babcock system.
Right. And so it is, I gotta think he's going, because if you look at it, even if you look at, well, okay, you know what? I was gonna say the opportunities, it would be a great opportunity to go if you're DJ and to work with Draisaitl and McDavid.
Yes.
And Bouchard.
Although he's probably going to be the defensive coach, is he not? Like,
yeah. No, for sure. I don't
want to work with that group.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. But it would be, and it's because Toronto doesn't have all the cachet right at this moment that it did maybe 3 years ago.
Right.
I think he goes. I think he goes with Hiller.
Maybe he goes to neither. But again, it's just funny that they're all out there.
It would involve. You know what? I'm going to pivot right away.
Okay.
He's going to Edmonton.
Okay.
He's going to assist for Babcock because it's like leaving the assistant job in Toronto, taking a head coaching job, and then going back to an assistant coach in Toronto in the same organization seems less
admitting
likely.
Defeat almost.
Well,
like it wouldn't be that, but
it wouldn't.
Yeah. But it's a step back.
There are only so many.
I would rather my step back not be to the same place I graduated from, right?
Which is why I pivoted. As soon as I thought about it, I'm like, wow, do I want to go back to high? It's like going to college and going, no, you're an idiot.
Back to grade 13.
Back to grade 13. Yes.
Another victory.
Yeah, I just did grade 14.
Victory lap.
This is actually 15. So it is one of those things where you're like,
I have this nightmare now and then where I wake up and I'm back at my high school.
Oh no.
But nobody else I know is there.
Pants on?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm like 27. Like I'm not at my age, but I'm like, you shouldn't still be. Like I recognize all the teachers, but I know no students. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. Like I got to get out of here.
So this is like Billy Madison. You're rolling in the IROC or whatever it is, little Billy Squire rocking.
Yeah, sure.
And everyone was like, who's the loser?
Yep. Well, that was happening even in my
when
first
I was
run.
in high school.
Yeah, for sure. We did hear also this week, Sportsnet and CBC announced they will no longer be broadcasting Hockey Night in Canada games on this. I guess gets interesting on CBC. Actually, CBC owns the Hockey Night name.
Yes, the title.
So Sportsnet will still have the rights to Saturday night games and whatever else they may or may not want to do.
And the theme song is now with TSN.
TSN owns the theme song. So I think it might be possible that Hockey Night in Canada is dead. It's been dead since 2013. No one's wanted to talk about it. But the deal was for people, and we'll just keep this basic, but since Sportsnet has owned the national rights, they would simulcast games on CBC. You might have been watching on CBC, but CBC never owned that game. It was a Sportsnet broadcast being shown on CBC, and the benefit for CBC was not having to program against it, right? Like, it will be on your network. Sportsnet will get all the ad revenue. You probably, like everybody else, heard Chris Cuthbert or whoever was doing the game that was on CBC that day would read coming up this week on Republic of Doyle or whatever on CBC.
Heartland.
Like, you would get some advertisements for your shows, but CBC made no money off of this. But they also didn't lose any money, and they didn't have to spend any money to produce a show that was going to get squashed every Saturday by hockey anyway. It's all over. Sportsnet is going to keep their games. CBC will have no NHL action, but they will own the Hockey Night in Canada name. I don't know if we're going to see some junior hockey, some PWHL hockey, some AHL. Like, I don't know what they'll do with it.
Some documentaries, sort of amateurs, more focus on amateur sport.
I think the reason that this conversation has fired up here so much over the last week is most people aren't such broadcast nerds. They still got their Saturday hockey on CBC. So it feels like
seamless.
The death of of this institution when it kind of died in 2013.
Well, and for me, I grew up most of my time from 8 through till almost 20, 19 anyways.
In Norwood.
Close. Norwood adjacent.
Now has a McDonald's and an A&W.
Get out of here.
What the fuck, man?
Is there not still one in Madoc? Like, do we need 2 McDonald's? Is that close?
That close?
Well, you're on 7.
Within an hour and a half.
What do we do? Yeah, right. That's great. That's a great point, Matt. But it's
Norwood snob.
It's true. It's true. What was your question? You threw me off with the McDonald's.
I didn't ask you one. You just jumped in with your hockey night.
Oh, somebody who grew up there, and we got
no cable,
Global, CTV, and CBC.
Same.
That's it.
Oh, we got some CBS, Fox.
Oh, no,
ABC.
there was TVO maybe too.
Yeah.
But no, I got nothing.
Little PBS.
That was it. There was 4 channels.
Yeah.
And you'd turn the dial.
Checks Peterborough.
The thing would move. The antenna.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it was just...
Not the other things will move.
Exactly. Trips to Hungary and all those sorts of things. Inside joke.
I think they get it.
Yeah. It's that was what it was. That's all I got.
Yeah.
And so now I know times have changed and you get satellites, but there are still regions of this country that aren't accessible to cable packages.
100%.
And so, like, I don't know the last time I watched for me as a Rogers guy on Channel 8.
Right.
Never. Like, I never go there.
Well, you didn't really have to.
No, I'm just
like
saying.
you just click a button on your guide now with digital cable.
No, but all I'm suggesting is I am a Sportsnet guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I would go. Now,
But the Sens are not
my
a
team would
Sportsnet
not
guys.
be. Yeah, well, they were. They are. They're a Sportsnet 1 guy.
Right.
So the Habs were on City, which is no longer going to be the case either. It was just I
didn't know that. The City was gone too.
City's gone as well.
I thought they might have kept City because it is another Rogers property.
I believe everything is going to be on Sportsnet channels.
Okay, yeah.
360,
and Sportsnet Plus and
all these sorts of
streaming
things.
services.
But it will become on a Saturday night when you have the 3 Eastern teams.
Well, your team will play in the afternoon.
Yeah, well, it's more Saturday afternoon games. Yeah. Awesome. Or a Sunday evening at 5 o'clock.
We appreciate that.
Wrapping this pod.
The big teams appreciate
moving right over and getting home
quick.
Yeah, exactly. So it will be interesting, but I don't watch it. I haven't watched it on actual CBC.
But your point is well made that there are still some small places in this country where that is the only way. But I don't know how long you can ask financially Sportsnet. And look, I'm far from defending this move. Like, I don't like Sportsnet. I don't like where almost any sporting entities are going. But to ask the NHL to be like, yeah, but you should go over here and not make any money while the NFL or Major League Baseball are still, we're going to have 3 or 4 streaming services, right? I don't know if you've been in since the CFL announced they're going to, moving forward, they're going to have some games on DAZN, right? Like this is where we're going.
Well, a new contract, and they're on, and that's, TSN is the prime rights holder, and they are not on. It's the same. And it's been years, decades.
The CFL used to be split between CBC and TSN, and then TSN grabbed it all. And then just in the last year or two, they kind of slid some games back out to CTV under their own umbrella.
Right.
I'm not saying anybody needs to be happy that this is where we're going, but this is where we're going, and to ask Sportsnet to...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, the price is doubled.
Yeah.
Of what they're spending, and it's no longer it's the idea that, all right, CBC, we're paying twice as much now. What
are you contributing?
We're looking for alternate like Amazon with the Prime games, right? They're going to take this on, and TSN saying they're maybe going to take on a game of the week.
It sounds like maybe on a Thursday or
but they're going to kick in a bit of cash, whatever it is, right? And you're like, to help offset the money that Sportsnet's paid.
Yes,
CBC, we can no longer allow you to ride for free.
Right.
And CBC's like, fingers under the chin. There, away you go.
Sure. And so I guess just culturally.
It is, and that's what it comes down to. I think we all understand the evolution and the changing in technology and all.
But it sounds like you don't feel like you're missing much because you had already made that switch anyway.
Okay. And that's a selfish douche.
Well, no, but it's real. I have too. Like, yes. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched on CBC. Right. I think most sports, if you're listening to this on a podcast, you probably are internet savvy. Yes. Like you're taking your stuff down digitally, and that was odd.
Yeah, it is.
Get those digits in you.
Yeah. Spooge on my phone. It's the death of an institution that is 75 years old, right? That is the thing.
And that's the thing, though, for me, was that for me as a nerd, that died 12 years ago. But now for the average Joe, it's like, hey, it's not on CBC anymore. Like, yeah, no, it's not. And it is something. I do remember, like, our old cottage, our first cottage, like, or even our house, like we were on antenna, and CBC was a channel you got. We did not get TSN or Sportsnet before it was a thing.
Yeah.
I do remember watching games, and you had to, like you said, twist the antenna, and maybe sometimes in a big moment, like you'd get that crazy line across the screen because the signal was struggling. Yeah. Like, and somehow that's charming, and it is. Like, those are now pleasant memories. And yet, if it happened now, like when your internet lags for a second stream, you're like, fuck you, Rogers. Like,
And sometimes it happens on my Jeopardy. And you're like, they're in the middle of reading the question. I'm like, what are you doing?
Final Jeopardy, Rob's on a run. And
and you're like, this is
fuck.
It. And you're like, and then it goes right to you missed the question. It goes right to the answer. And you're like,
I would have had that.
Probably not.
No.
DACA.
Let's, before we take a break, talk a little bit of CFL.
Very little.
Very little. I'll be honest with you, man. I didn't watch any of game 1 of the Red Black season. I did watch some.
Here, let me give you a quick recap.
Okay.
Boring.
Yeah. And I don't know. Look, I do believe, and I said it on the show, I think we both did, that Ryan Dinwiddie was a good hire.
Yeah.
But so far, we're not seeing a lot of change. Maybe you got to be more patient than that. But this fan base has asked to be patient for a long time.
And let down.
It has not worked. On Saturday, it was under 14,000 in attendance for game 2 of the season.
Nice weather.
I do have a little sympathy for them. It wasn't supposed to be very nice weather. Right. So it would have limited your advanced tickets a bit.
The vaunted Ottawa walk-up crowd.
But when you lost game 1, and that one I believe was in shit weather.
It was in shit weather, yes. Monsoon.
It just, I don't know, man. You've already got people questioning Dinwiddie on the Drew Brown of it all. Like, why did you not even give him a shot at starter after 2 preseason games, one of which he didn't even play in? I don't know, man. Like,
strength of arm.
They've lost me.
Well,
and I know you've said before they had kind of lost you, and I was trying to hold. I don't care. Like, I'm tired of just turning it on, watching them get their tits slapped, and then go, well, that's another Saturday wasted.
Great visual.
Yeah. Well.
And it was, every time I turned it on, Chad Kelly would be throwing for 40 yards. And you're like, well, I thought the defense and the secondary was supposed to be revamped.
Yeah.
But yet the guy threw for 450 yards.
That's pretty good.
And again, when they go, well, we have the 8th and 9th best quarterbacks in the league, or 9th and 10th, whatever it is. And you're like, well, that means every game you play in, somebody's got a better quarterback than you.
Somebody has at least one.
And so it doesn't matter, man. It's like we have 1A and a 1B. It's because you don't
think Drew Brown had
have a 1.
Can we see what that looks like with the guy we went out and spent? Yes, now we are. But that's the guy you spent assets on a year ago. He couldn't stay healthy. It never really got going. But that was supposed to be the guy that the organization was going to build around. And Ryan Dinwiddie stepped in and immediately cut him off at the knees. Said, yeah, it's not going to be my guy. And I do have a little bit of time for a new head coach going, yeah, that was your mistake. Not mine. Like, that guy's not good enough for me. But
he's a quarterback. He's a former quarterback.
Yes, he is.
And he's a guy who had great offenses in Calgary, who was the offensive coordinator, and in Toronto. And you go, like, Christ, who was their quarterback that took him to the Grey Cup? Who was the guy here in
Nick
Ottawa.
Arbuckle.
Nick Arbuckle. Arr!
Grey Cup champ.
And
Nick
this is it.
Arbuckle.
And you made that guy look like, and so to me, when I hear Ryan Dinwiddie, who took Nick Arbuckle and made him a CFL,
a viable
a
championship
Grey Cup
team starting.
MVP, and you go, he's going to come here and he likes the arm of that guy better than Drew Brown, then I'm like, I'm going to give him the time. Because that's the thing with Drew Brown, right, is that he couldn't push the ball far enough downfield.
Yep.
But I'm not seeing that now. And it just is, as you suggest, you turn it on and you're like, oh, home team's losing again. Click.
I don't know if you saw this or not. Out in Edmonton before their Saturday game this week, the president of the team was quoted having said that the biggest thing that they have not been able to overcome out there is the name change. And that there was a ton of pushback and people have never gotten over the fact that they have now become the Edmonton Elks as opposed to the Edmonton Eskimos. Should have been the Edmonton Elk. That's a whole other story. And it immediately blew up in his face. Like, people hated that. It came off very much as an excuse. They are 25-61 over their last 86 games. I'm not sure the name.
2-0 in the last 2 games against Ottawa.
Sure, yeah. A change in ownership after some instability there. No stability at coach. No stability at quarterback. And their season ticket base has dropped from 20,000, which is fine in the CFL, down to 7,000, which is not, especially in a stadium that size. And it just, man, it speaks to me in a way that I wonder about this league sometimes. And there are other places that are doing it, like Montreal has managed to kind of vitalize themselves, right? Obviously, success on the field will do that, but that stadium at the university,
Percival Molson,
is by all accounts like one of the best places to see a game in town.
Intimate.
BC with Nathan Rourke coming back has some star power. They, similar to Toronto right now, are also
on the road
taking a beating from their fan base, though, about how did you allow this? I'm not sure how much say they had in it.
Yeah, hello.
And you have your Winnipegs and your Saskatchewans that are always going to be the tent posts of the league. I have no time for a team, like I said, that's 25-61 over the last bunch of years to blame the name change.
You know what's funny? I was doing some things around the house on Saturday, and so I have the Jays game on the radio. Well, it's actually on the smart speaker, but you understand. I'm listening to the radio call.
This is why I asked you about CBC. I figured you'd be uniquely qualified.
And so
radio,
I get it. I totally get it. It's warranted.
Yeah.
On one of the pitching changes, they kick it over to Show Ali, and he's giving out of town scores.
Yep.
And he's like, and he threw it to the Edmonton Eskimos game. And I was like, dude, I found it jarring, right? Like I looked over at it and I'm like, come on, Show. What are we doing here?
Maybe not a CFL guy.
Elks. Yeah, well, he did chant of the Argos.
And so the Edmonton Eskimos was a classic brand in the CFL.
The Double E, yeah.
Very much with the, maybe I'm overstating, but with the Riders and the Blue Bomb, like those classic teams. But when they changed it, they worked very hard to maintain that silhouette, right? That Double E kind of vibe.
Went through all those energy is one that sticks with me too.
100%.
Yes.
And they wanted to give you a bunch of options, but they all started with E. I don't know, man. I have no time for, I think this league has to get serious. And Stuart Johnson, the new commish, he's made a pile of changes on and off field, and we'll see over the long term how that plays out. But I do think, as much as I like some of it, I really dislike some of it, they have to adapt. They have to make changes. They have to understand that the league's in a kind of precarious spot. But I think the thing that sticks out to me in this story about Edmonton is apparently there is a significant percentage of the fan base or former fan base saying it was the name change. And if when you change the name back, I will return. And to me, that's a very specific type of asshole.
And I will be bringing my Free Alberta t-shirt.
100%. It's kind of I don't like that we can't be racist anymore. And I don't want to overstate it. I don't want to but there were...
Can we not be racist still?
There was apparently some... Because no one group of people is entirely monolithic, right? 100% in agreement on anything.
Right.
So apparently there was a significant portion of the Inuit community that hated that name. But there was a small part of it that was fine with that name. And we're gonna
still is.
And we're gonna warm up to those people
to
defend our ignorant stance on. But there's a part of me that goes,
Fox News does it
are
every
you
day.
Yes, they do. Although where they do it, I'm not sure they're a minority.
Yeah, no, it's true. Good point. Good point, Matt. Good point.
I do want, if you are not going to the games because you hated the name change and you would go back if they changed their name back, that's an entirely you personality thing and not a you being a fan of this franchise thing, right?
Yes.
This is a political stance, not a football stance.
But the reality is, if that team went 14-4 this year,
you'd be back.
You'd be back.
Yeah.
And you'd be still having you could still take your double E.
Yes.
Because I think they've tried to do a bit of that, right, on some of the routes.
Yeah, and they've had some different, art surrounding the double E, but that was the whole thing behind make sure we keep a name.
Like Ottawa,
with the
we
E.
wanted to keep the R.
The R, yeah.
And so it is...
Well, we are not good.
Yeah. Perpetually. And it's sort of, it does become, this means more to me than it does to the people who it offends.
Yes.
And you just got to really figure that shit out for yourself.
And don't bow down to those. And the president of it, he said, a lot of people have told us they would come back if we changed the name back, but that's not viable.
They'll come back if you win.
That sounds very much to me like the Gary Bettman, we'd like to have Russia at the World Cup, but the Finns and the Swedes say they won't play. You're missing the point. You are blaming the Finns and the Swedes as if they are the ones in the wrong.
Or you're just using them as a shield.
Right. Instead of saying, we'd bring Russia back. That's the wrong foot to stand on right now, man. And that's the way I feel about this guy, and his name escapes me, who gives a shit. He's
I know.
We would bring the name back, but it's not viable. The woke mob in Alberta would crush us if we brought them back. So it's him going...
Talking about minorities.
Right. And so him saying it's not viable, to me suggests we'd like to, we hear you, we'd bring it back if we could, but the woke mafia won't permit it.
Oof. Stay away from... Stay away. I wake up at night.
You're going to catch the rainbows.
Yeah, exactly. I am worried about the Alberta woke mafia.
Let's take a break here.
I want to get a t-shirt like that, actually.
The Alberta
woke mafia.
Yeah. I think it'll be hard to find, man. You may have to print it yourself.
All right.
Anyway.
It's got an iron on and some felt. I almost guaranteed.
Some felt. What color is it? It's probably purple.
Yeah. No, mauve. Lovely mauve.
Love mauve.
Yes.
We'll take a break here. We'll grab a new pint. We'll come back. We'll talk some Leafs. We'll talk some Jays. There's probably other stuff out there, too.
Maybe some World Cup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those guys.
That whole thing. That biggest sporting event in the world. We'll see you in a minute.
Open wide for some soccer! The Continental Soccer Association is coming to Springfield. It's all here. Fast kicking, low scoring, and ties. You bet.
Hey, Dad, how come you never taken us to see a soccer game?
I don't know.
You'll see all your favorite soccer stars like Arriaga, Arriaga 2, Bariaga, Aruglia, and Pizzoza.
Oh, I never heard of those people.
And they'll all be signing autographs. Woohoo! This match will determine once and for all which nation is the greatest on earth, Mexico or Portugal.
Let's get back into it here. If you missed it last week, we had our buddy Andrew Stoughton in place of Bob for some Blue Jays talk, although we will allow Bob to have his own Blue Jays talk here in a few minutes. And we asked him about some World Cup action as well. He's a soccer guy, displeased often with the Netherlands, and he had some stuff to say about that.
A good Dutchie.
Yeah, and he said the Dutch were his dad's team, so he kind of, like so many people, grabbed onto that while there was no Team Canada. After Thursday's performance from both teams, he was pretty sure Canada would take down this edition of. Now that may have been said out of anger, out of hurt, more than out of
Dutchie's
fact.
back on track though.
Yeah. And Bunda was in here, talk some UFC White House, what that looked like, and how that came across. Speaking of definitely not political sports. So all of those at talkgainaudio.com or wherever you're hearing us right now. Rob has no time for my nonsense. He's already got his pint going. What have you got here for round two?
I totally got lots of time. And first of all, that triple IPA I had, I did finish it. And it was, it's still not a go-to for me, but it was much better on second and third pull.
Okay.
That is the go-to, right? You got to give it 2 or 3 full.
100%.
So I'm not sure if you can smell this beer. I've spilled
Not over my own beer.
I've spilled a little on myself.
Oh, you spilly talker.
Yeah. No, that guy can't be talked about either. Huh?
No. Otherwise, he'd be in Boston with,
Yes.
well, enjoying the party that they've been having around.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
This is also provided by Aunt Heather, sister-in-law, from all my friends. This is Gusher number 14.
Oh, see, I remember you bringing Gushers in before.
Yeah, well, you and Versace had one that they exploded in my house, so the two you guys had were okay. But in terms of, this is Gusher 14, so the 14th edition.
Mm-hmm.
This is there. So it's a smoothie sour, and it is the mango pineapple coconut smoothie sour, coming in at 4.5.
Very much a pina colada kind of.
That's what's on my hands right at this moment. So I poured it into a glass just because I want to take a look at it. Mm-hmm. So I haven't had a pull yet.
Look at it.
Yeah. So while I'm letting it settle, what do you have over there, Matt?
Well, it's not quite pina colada level, but when I spoke, this is also from Five Paddles, from our buddy Josh's trip down there. And the man knows a Matt beer. This is the coconut ale from Five Paddles. And when I said I couldn't smell your spilled beer over there, it's because the coconut wafting out of this, it's fucking brilliant. And it reminds me very much, and I've told our friend this before, Andy Nita from the Nita Beer Company, because I love his Mr. Brown Has Gone Coconuts brown ale. It was stronger. It was more potent when it was the artificial coconut instead of the real coconut. Now I've adapted. I've moved into it. This tastes very much like the original artificial coconut flavoring Mr. Brown Has Gone Coconut. It is powerfully coconut, but I'm liking it.
Well, over here, this has been, a pina colada is a great. It's got really the mango is totally overpowered by the coconut and the pineapple with a nice sour finish. Very nice, actually. Very nice.
I had this question appear in my socials. It's actually in a book I'm rereading called Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs by Chet Klosserman, kind of life in the 90s. It's a series of essays about culture at the time. I don't know why this particular series of 23 questions, and maybe I'll put them all to you over the course of the summer.
Sure.
Maybe not. We'll see.
Sure.
There is a Clydesdale with its feet firmly secured to the floor and its head harnessed in a place where it ain't moving either. This horse is immobile, but it is upright, it is healthy, it's strong, but it is restrained. And you are approached with the concept that you have a chance here by, confirmed by Amnesty International. You could have every unjust political prisoner worldwide released if in 20 minutes you could kick this horse to death. You are permitted to wear steel toe boots, but this is, as I said, a fully grown Clydesdale. Would you do it? Is the moral quandary enough for you to go, I don't want to kill an innocent animal, but there's an upside on the other? And B, far more importantly, do you believe you are capable of kicking this Clydesdale to death in 20 minutes?
No and no.
You wouldn't do it.
No.
The couldn't. I understand.
I couldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it.
Is it you don't want to hurt the horse?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You get
absolutely
free hundreds of people also being hurt.
thousands of people.
Probably,
I'm sure.
almost certainly.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's the thing.
Is it because you know you couldn't do it, so you wouldn't want the spotlight there while you kick away at this?
You know what? It's like the analogy that is, if you had to behead somebody,
I'll do it.
like, and you're like the idea that one smooth stroke of the sword, and you're like, whoosh, off goes the head, and you're like, yeah, okay, except for when you hit him in the shoulder,
Yeah, it's almost.
and you hit him in the back of the skull, and then you're like in the back, and you're like, oh, it's. Yeah, it would be bloody. It would be gross. It would be no. I don't have it in me, man. I don't have it in me. That's just
I'd give it a go.
okay.
I'd fail. I don't believe I'm capable.
And then what do you have after 20 minutes?
An irritated horse that they're about to unharness.
Yeah, and that should be the thing. You better be one motivated mofo.
If you fail, you are locked in the room with this Clydesdale for a little while.
Well, because. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to break it down, but you got to be starting, and you just got to spend 20 minutes kicking that horse in the head.
Well, and this is it. I think the fact, like, the reason they're giving you the feeder fastened in the head is so that you know the horse won't fight back at the time. But if this is going to work, you have to kick that horse in the head first. You are not breaking him down from the knees and the ribs. No. And like, you got to kick the shit out of this horse just right in the temple. And I don't believe I can get my leg that high.
Well, and I don't think
I have a ladder.
And even if that was available to me, I just don't know if I could kill an innocent animal like that. Now I do eat
pretty
meat.
Big meat eater, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Somebody else kills it.
I do eat meat, but I
probably not kicking it.
And
to
again,
death.
I live with a vegetarian. Who receives all kinds of...
And you know she can't kick it to death.
No. And there's all kinds of
For
things
both
on
reasons.
Instagram with the cruelty to animals and all these things. And so I don't engage in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I know the end of it is, well, then I shouldn't eat meat. Right? That is the end of that
Of course.
conversation.
If any of these conversations is a trap into...
Yeah. So I don't engage in the conversations because... that is the end of it. And so you're just like, no, I'm just going to knowingly move forward with blinders on. Whereas if I had to kill that horse with
your feet.
with my just
Rob walks around all summer in sandals too. Like he's
Rob's
not,
in bare feet
he's
right now.
He's not kicking anything to death.
Yeah, exactly. Birkenstocks. Death by Birkenstock.
Well, that's just going out in public in them, I think.
Yes, for sure, man. Although just before Miller was in here, I went for a pedicure. So,
I know. You told us that then.
and I loved it.
Nobody loved it then.
And I can't wait to go again.
Okay, well, keep it to yourself.
You should try it.
Foot
You of all
shavings and-
people, man, I think you should try it.
No, I'm good. Big sock guy.
Yeah. All right.
The World Cup is running roughshod across North America. And I'm curious.
Is it rough shot or rough shod?
What did I say?
I'm just asking you. What is it?
I don't know, man. Who gives a fuck? You're suddenly trying to be your brother? We just talked about this in the green room.
Oh, I could never do that either. I just assume kick a horse to death.
Or him. I could do that.
Same thing. It really is.
Big old Clydesdale. Although it's time to put him.
Yeah. Did you say Clydesdale or did you say mule? 'Cause to me, it's no.
All right. He doesn't listen, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. No.
That's
He doesn't listen when you're in the room with him. So
that's 100% true.
have you... Let me ask you this to start. 2 Canada games down. How many minutes have you watched of these games?
90.
All right. So half of each?
Nope.
Oh.
I watched all of the Canada Qatar.
Yeah, good choice.
Sorry. 90 minutes to a game.
Yeah.
120.
Whatever nonsense.
100. I
gets
watched
added on to the end.
maybe a half an hour of the Bosnia-Herzegovina game.
Right.
So, and then I actually watched all of the Qatar game.
So, you're doing your patriotic part because you're not a soccer guy at all.
At all.
And neither am I. But I have we've talked about it, the ramp up
Yep.
to 2022.
For sure. Yes,
I've engaged a little bit more. Have you watched any minutes of any other game?
Yeah, if it's on,
Yeah.
I'll kick around and I'll watch. I was watching a bit of Spain, Saudi Arabia today.
Sure. Which was a shit kicking in its own
Yeah,
right.
well, the Spanish.
that was a Clyde still getting kicked to death.
After Cabo Verde.
Yeah.
At home they're like, you better
Get your shit together.
You better write that right now. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
So the Saudis should have seen that coming.
I thought the England game was fun. I believe
The Croatia game?
Yeah, that was
England-Croatia,
cool. Because at least those are two.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the complaints that people have, and again, as somebody who knows nothing, when you expand the field like this, there's a whole lot of
Yes.
random matches where you're just like, well, at least Spain playing Cabo Verde is Spain, right?
Yep.
But there's a lot of whoever else is in that pool, right? Like Cabo Verde versus Saudi Arabia, I guess, is coming up.
Yep.
I'm not watching that, right? Like,
No.
I need to see, as I'm flipping around, Argentina or France or
Brazil, Germany,
the
Netherlands,
powerhouses,
France,
right?
yes.
Like
Portugal.
and Germany in the first half on, was it Saturday? Like
Yeah.
they were held tight too, right? Like
Cote d'Ivoire, baby.
yeah, which
I was cheering hard for Cote d'Ivoire.
there's a whole lot of, and I keep adding these tweets to a thread on our Twitter at Tallcan Audio. The number of American sports media members that are like, if you're going to be in the tournament, you should at least have to be a country I've heard of. Like, why don't you just step out here and go, I'm an idiot? Like, they're advertising ignorance as if it's a strength. Like, well, it's here in our country, so I don't know what Cote d'Ivoire is, so you don't get to come.
You should speak American, idiot.
Yeah. Have you followed any of I've been loving, and I'm sure you have had eyes like most people on Scotland,
Yep.
the Scottish fan base being here. It didn't hurt that the Jays were at Fenway last week, but it started before that. They have been taking over Boston. Sam Adams Brewery reports that over the first 4 days that the Tartan Army was in town, they sold 4 times more of their lager than they do in any other, like July 4th weekend,
Yeah.
St. Patty's
Yeah,
Day, like just. And the first reply under that one I saw was, the Irish have had 200 years in New England to establish themselves as legendary drinkers, and the Scots came over and wiped them out in one week, man.
Hello, Northern Ireland. Yeah.
The first reply, I won't do the accent. The first
right,
reply,
sexy bastard you've turned into.
the first reply underneath was, we've always known the Yanks aren't proper pintmen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
And anyway, they were on their way, I believe, to Georgia.
And that
after
is 100% true, just for the
the
record.
Yanks aren't proper pintmen.
Yeah,
No,
100%.
100%. That's how you end up with your Mick Ultra and your.
Sure, how to help you with that.
I don't know what you're doing. I believe after that they were off to Georgia, and so there were numerous small towns along the way that were like reaching out to influencers in the Tartan Army, like, stop here, we have a brewery, stop here, we've got a couple of pubs, like wanting to be a part of this, man.
Yes.
That's been half the fun of this, is watching the Europeans experience America for, this particular Costco is bigger than 2 city blocks in my country.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? It's interesting because we talk a lot of beer on this show, and to me,
That's true. And drink a few.
yeah, the UK, to me, it's the best. It's the home of the malt forward beer, the United Kingdom, and so whenever I go over there, you drink every local little brewery because they're everywhere.
Yep.
And they're all brewing, a brown, a porter, an ESB, a stout. Like, just everything is happening there. But yet every year, the highest selling beer is like a Budweiser, a Foster's. Like,
Right.
they still like their
Sure.
shit lager like
Sure.
everybody else does. And so for them to roll in,
You know what stood out to me was they drank Boston essentially out of tenants.
yeah,
Which, you know what?
hello.
That only speaks to me, though, not only, but that was my first step into not drinking Molson Canadian out of my dad's fridge, right?
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the tenants, we were sitting at downtown.
Yeah, well,
was it the Oak?
if you got to hang out with us, and you're going to be in places where
Was it the Royal Oak?
That was an Oak, yeah.
Yeah, out on the patio there, and
On Laurier.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And so to have that circle or come full, like, yep, the city of Boston no longer has any, and I don't know how many kegs of tenants they keep anyway, but
Somebody should have been thinking about this. Somebody dropped the ball. Who's ordering
Scotland's
beer?
coming. There's this other guy. His name is Jeffrey or Jared, something. It doesn't matter. He lots of people are following him online. He is a German soccer fan who is just before the games even started, like flew into New York and he was just going to drive across America. I think Germany's first game might have been in like Texas or whatever else, and he just wanted to. And he's like, this gas station has 3 restaurants and 2 stores in it, right? Like he
was at one of those beaver places or whatever. It's AJ swears by it, and somebody brought me back some of these beaver nuggets. That's what they are. They're like little
right.
droppings.
It's not in Canada.
No, this is exactly, but they are 3 restaurants, and it's as big as a city block.
Right.
Like,
And so this guy has been building in Europe, but also in the U.S. Like people are enjoying watching Europeans experience America, right? And
I bought a bag of pork rinds as big as a pillowcase for 99 cents.
I think it was Algeria was in this town in Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas, maybe, and they were like rallying behind, like, thank you for choosing us as your. Anyway,
Yeah, hosting.
this Frederick guy or Freddie guy was supposed to get from Texas to Toronto on Friday because Germany was. No, he was going to fly this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, that's hauling ass.
Well, you have, as much as like certain, probably more than me, have run into people like who come into Canada. Like,
Yes.
I remember being in Quebec City. Like, we were thinking of checking out Niagara Falls this afternoon. I'm like, well, good luck to you, right? Like, this is a pretty big country. I know it seems small in, population and whatever. Anyway, he tweets, "Oh, American Airlines canceled our flight. We're not going to make it to the Germany game in Toronto." And a few minutes later, he is thanking multiple government officials, 2 different airlines, and 1 charter group, like charter airline, all saying, "Hey, man, because you've become a star, we will get you to Toronto in time for the Germany game."
Nothing more
And
American.
now everyone has turned on this guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, you want to experience the best reply I saw was like, you wanted to experience America. You're going to sit on hold with American Airlines for 4 hours until they
Yes.
hang up on you, and then you're going to miss your thing, man. Welcome to hell.
Because you know what Americans do best, short of apple pie and eating 55 hot dogs inside of 10 minutes? They cancel flights at the drop of a hat.
And then take care of celebrity.
If you really want to experience it, you've got
That's
the
America,
real
baby.
America feeling right there.
I don't think I had anything to contribute to the conversation around how the games have gone. I've just enjoyed the experience of seeing it in North
It's
America.
a thing, man. It's a thing.
And Canada is in a good spot. 4 points, a win or a draw against Switzerland. You finish first in the group, and you get to stay in Vancouver.
Exactly.
So
And
how
when-
much that matters, I have no idea.
When-
I believe Ismail Kone, who got hurt and will not be back.
He's looking at his leg.
Yeah,
I don't believe that's
he's not coming back.
Yes.
Yeah, but by all accounts of far more knowledgeable soccer people, like that's a top 3 most important player for Canada in the midfield, and we'll see what happens.
And he handles the ball all the time.
Yeah.
Like in that position. And again, this is
Neophyte talk.
Yeah, this is people more knowledgeable than me. I'm merely parroting.
Yep.
It is that is where the ball's got to travel through, right? And so he is super important. And for
Huge
most of the
loss.
people like us
Yeah.
who go, is his name Jonathan David? Alfonso Davies? No, okay, well, then it's all right. We'll be fine.
Right.
No, apparently not.
We may not be fine.
But yep, my younger brother, who I was speaking to this morning at breakfast with,
This is a good one.
who lives in downtown Toronto,
likable one, yeah.
he's like, oh my God, he said, it's so much fun.
I bet.
And a non-sports fan,
Yeah.
right? But he's like, I'm loving this. And so I'm talking.
You have any idea how many Moroccans were here on Friday
well,
or
and
whatever?
I
right?
can't remember whether it was Ghana.
Ghana. It was Ghana.
and Paraguay, whatever that was. It was
Yeah.
it was a Central or South American team. The party that was happening and and the joy.
Yeah.
And you hear so much about soccer hooliganism and whatever, but just the joy that was happening. He's like, it's fantastic. He's like, I'm out in the street and people are waving flags and singing and dancing. So he's my gauge, because you and I can live in and I'm presumably most people who listen live in a sports bubble, right? Like, it's important to us, even if we don't follow that sport. Whereas my younger brother, not a sports guy at all.
Right. This party has arrived. What is this for? Are we hosting the Grammys? Are we like, what's going on?
Yeah.
No, World Cup? All right, let's go.
Caravana? No.
Sure, yeah.
And so, but it is, whenever he gets on board with Olympics, he gets on board with the Four Nations Cup. He was very fired up about that. So sporting events that sort of on the huge scale, you put a maple leaf on it, or just people having fun.
Man.
It is totally... It's speaking to him, and he's totally engaged, and that to me means when you reaches a sort of a cultural phenomenon, you've reached outside of the sports bubble. It's a big deal.
100%. The Leafs have had a big week. Made a trade, sent Simon Benoit and Joseph Woll to Philadelphia for Emile Andre, Samuel Ersson, and a third-round pick.
Number 85 overall. I say that because I saw a breakdown. 5 options for the Leafs at pick 85.
Oh.
Like,
You know what? Toronto Maple Leaf Media, man.
Kidding me, man?
Those guys will all still be there.
Yes,
and
of course they
definitely
will.
are all going to be superstars.
When was Ivar Stenberg? Is that possible?
Oh, he seems to be dropping.
Yes.
They hire Jim Hiller as head coach, and then they trade a 5th-round pick to Tampa Bay to jump the line, similar to what they did with Chris Tanev 2 years ago to Dallas, to get his rights and sign him up long-term instead of allowing that guy to go to UFA, where a bidding war may arise. Did I mention it was for Darren Raddysh? If I didn't.
Yeah, no, sorry. I don't think he did.
But
in my head, I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe not everyone does.
So they've been busy here over the last week. I've had my say on all of it, so why don't you start where you want to start, or comment where you want to comment? Or
there's a pile of things.
There is.
And it's really, so I'm going to take it sort of a la carte.
They also have, starting on this Friday, the first overall pick in the NHL draft.
Significant, Matt, or not significant?
Seems significant.
Okay, and just before we launch off, and it is draft week, if Matt Robinson was to have his pick, who are you taking?
I will take McKenna. I think it's the highest upside.
Yep.
And I have time for the argument. Like, it's very much like the Darren Raddysh thing, where on Thursday night he was clearly right there with Alex Tuck as the top 2 free agents on the market, and on Friday morning he was a piece of shit that no one should want to sign, and there's alarm bells all over the place and all of that. And there are alarm bells. And
it's the 8.5, and people are like, oh.
I got no problem with the money. I got a problem with the term.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can get to that. But I would take McKenna, and it's interesting because quite a while ago, in the very early days of this show, and we still shoot back to it now and then, I was all day take Austin Matthews. The slam dunk, this is the guy. He's the center, defensively responsible. No one knew he would one day score 69. Like, I believe the comparison at the time was Anze Kopitar, and I would have been over the moon with that, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
You'd
still be over the moon with
at least entertaining Patrick Laine.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think in this case, there's no center winger comparison.
Right.
But the reports seem to be that Stenberg is more the Matthews. Like, he will step in. Maybe he doesn't have quite the same ceiling, but he'll be responsible right away. He's a little more physical, maybe more of a playoff type guy here as you start. And McKenna might be the Laine. Like, people will tell you at the high end, could be Kucherov, could be Patrick Kane.
Yep.
At the low end, could be Nail Yakupov. That's what I'm saying, though,
I have not seen that.
I have not. I did see one.
Whoa.
So yeah, that is your basement, right? That is your low end. But that's interesting in comparison to
I got to take a knee just from
the Matthews
from that
Laine. there are two very different swings here because he's not going to be a grinder, right? A get in the corners kind of guy, but there's a lot of talent there. So I will take the high end, and I do have time, as I started to say, for the argument that is, had he not gone to college and he stays in the dub, he was 2 years ago putting up
crazy numbers.
Bedard numbers, right? And had he stayed and lit it up again, we wouldn't even be having a conversation.
Correct.
But he didn't. And it does remind me of the Matthews thing. We talked about it way back then. He went to Switzerland, and you're like, I don't know what those numbers mean now, right? Like, he's taken a weird path, and this guy took a different path.
But we did see Celebrini win a Hobie Baker.
And in the back half of this season, and it took McKenna a while to adapt, in the back half of this season, he put up Celebrini-like numbers. He did not in the first half.
Right. And really, I don't think you're wrong.
What would you do?
No, I think I would do what you did, what you said too.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, like, the number of times I was racked, like when I wanted Ottawa to get the first overall pick to get Darlene.
Right.
And instead we got Kachuk. And you're like, that turned out pretty good. And then I wanted Lafreniere.
Yeah.
And Ottawa got Stützle. And
pretty
like,
good.
You know what?
Way better.
I'd take that. Right. And so,
not just better player, center, and way better player.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so.
And Sanderson out of the same draft.
Well, and I wanted, there's all the times where
where were we?
Pissed on Hossa.
In Calgary.
That is the Darlene draft.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the middle of coaching a game.
No,
man.
you were just about to start coaching.
Yeah, and I'm just, okay, sorry, but I'm already in that headspace.
I was watching yep. Hey, by the way, your team lost the draw again.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, man, I was like thrown off for a second.
Anyway, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Walked away, and I'm like,
that was 19 or 18.
To me, it sounds a lot like, would have been 18.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like Stenberg could have a little Barkov feel to him.
Yeah.
Right? In terms of the ceiling.
Yep.
The absolute ceiling. And that's always going to be entertaining. And so it is one of those two. For me, it's one of those two guys.
Of course. And I do have, again, I don't think it's one of those ones where you just go, fuck off, anyone who doesn't say McKenna is an idiot. It's not that draft. And part of that is the Leafs, up until the Darren Raddysh signing, haven't had a top-end, top-pair, right-handed, like, would you take a swing at Chase Reed? Like, I would be annoyed if I found out that the Leafs weren't having this conversation. Now, I'm sure they are having it, but it's not that draft where you just go, it's this guy or nothing.
When I heard Frankie Corrado last Friday on local radio say, well, the Leafs haven't had a bomb back there since Cody Franzen.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Right, first of all, Cody Franzen, you're like, that's the guy you're going to
Big
point
shooter.
to? I know, but yeah.
You know what I remember about him?
He marched in the Pride Parade?
Yeah. And good for you. What I really remember is
the comments?
Bill Waters.
Yes.
On Leafs lunch. That's the only parade that guy will ever walk in. You're like, what a... He was fired quickly afterwards.
Yeah.
Not an okay thing to say.
No, I know. That's funny.
It is a good... It's funny. It's a good joke. But yeah...
But that's the thing that you and I both remember is the hullabaloo.
Right. Before that, though, it's Brian McCabe.
And before that, it's Al Iafrate.
Yeah, probably. Like those 93, 94 Leafs were great because they had 5 second pair defensemen. Like they had no top pair, but they had no fall off either, right? Like throughout their...
Yeah.
There was no bomber.
At the end of the day, if you brought me 5 second pair defensemen,
you can get by on that.
I could get behind that.
Well, you can get to a conference final is what I can tell you, as far as the evidence would suggest.
All right.
I just mean I would talk about Chase Reed. I'm not sure I would do, but I think the Stenberg conversation is much higher floor. But not as potential...
High ceiling.
Right.
Yep. And that is the thing you hear from everybody. And
so I'll take the swing. Like, the fact that you even have this pick is wild.
For sure it is.
Take the big swing.
No, and I think I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you're like, when you have it, it's like the Tyler Seguin versus Taylor Hall. And you're like, at the end of the day, who are you taking? I'm probably taking Tyler Seguin if you do it in hindsight.
Yep.
And so it
Although
is.
Taylor Hall's now got a cup and an MVP.
And a Hart Trophy. And still not a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. But whatever.
What about, sorry, go ahead.
First overall, not Conn Smythe. That was the argument. You were supposed to go back.
That was, and it kind of fell off, right? He didn't have that kind of.
He did not.
Final. But yeah, had you been first overall, a league MVP in New Jersey,
A Conn Smythe
and a cup in Carolina.
Yeah.
You got to have the conversation. And now I don't know if you do.
Now I don't need to do the research.
No, so.
Summertime, open and available.
There you go.
To Matt.
Alluring.
To me, it is still.
Well, moving off the draft, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
I am. I'm going back. It's the Raddysh thing is.
Will he blossom?
Well, says Matt.
He's in the garden.
With a hopeful tone.
Yeah.
Uptick. I don't know. I admire the swing.
Yeah.
I do in terms of going out and making this happen. Do I think he'll be a 70-point defenseman ever again? I don't think so.
Me neither.
But if he came back as a 50-point guy, like
12, 15 goals.
Yeah, if he came up 15-35, would you be happy with that? And that's an $8 million defenseman.
Which is about to be a $6 million defenseman.
Okay.
Right? As the cap jumps.
Yeah,
right?
and that's the thing, right? When we all hear that guy's going to be 10 million, Alex Tuck asking for $10 million, and you're like, fuck, the guy with 60 points, whatever, like that is not a $10 million player. And that's just Rob with his. Now, I still think a 60-point guy is probably not a $10 or $11 million player, even with the cap going up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
You paying Alex Tuck $11 million?
No. 10 maybe, though. I just think because in 2 years, the cap's 120 whatever million, and you go, who gives a shit? Like, this deal, this Darren Raddysh deal, is less. And you know this, man, to an annoying degree. I bring up percentage of the cap, not dollar value, right? Because the dollar value shifts so much. This is less than the Morgan Riley deal when they signed it.
Yes. And the thing is, people who are looking at that going, guy had 22 goals.
Yep.
And you're like, that is 67% of his NHL goals.
Yep. Yeah, before this, 35 points. Before that, 33 points.
Well, he has now 33 NHL goals.
Right.
22 came last year.
Yep.
So for anybody to go,
this is the new normal. He is now a 20-goal scorer.
Well, and the thing is,
probably not.
He had one double-digit goal-scoring season in the AHL in all the years that he played there. So it's not like
this is not a slam dunk.
The history of this guy with his bomb from the point that he is going to be Evan Bouchard.
And yet, if he was, the Leafs wouldn't have a shot at him. Like, he would not be out there. And I think for me, the number, because like I said, at 8.5 per year, by next season is what a $6 million defenseman was a year ago. That's why I can justify the number. The term will be a disaster. There's no way around that. But I think given where the Leafs are at this point, there was no other chance this offseason to come up with a potentially game-changing defender, right? A top four right-handed D. And all his underlyings say it's not just the bomb from the point, although that is a huge part of the game. He is good in transition. He's not overly physical, but he will stand up for himself. He will block the occasional shot should he need to, but his breakout game is strong. His possession game is strong. And I just think none of the term that I just said I'm concerned about really matters. If you're trying to keep the window open or reopen the window with Matthews and Willie, it's start to turn this around now and bank on him being the guy you need him to be. And if he's not, you go down in flames, which you could have chosen to do this offseason, right? You could have chosen the rebuild now.
It's similar to the Babcock analogy that we made, that which is,
well, but without all the ugly.
Yeah.
But like, it's a big swing, and if it works, this helps them get back to where they need to get to. It's a piece they badly needed. And if it doesn't work, well, then whatever. He gets to post up at home
at 8.5 per for the next 8 years.
And who gives a shit
And-
if you're Toronto, right? Like, you're going to rebuild anyway if it doesn't work.
You are looking at, because if he goes back to being a 35-point defenseman, it's a mess. Like, this is a mess next year if he comes across with 40 points.
Yeah. That would be 40 is like the low end of passable for me.
Okay. 'Cause
35 is a problem.
as a guy with 31 and 33 points prior to this season, and at 30 years old,
Yeah, the averages would say that's what you should expect, is a closer to 35 than 70.
yes. And so, anyways, I think you're right. If I am Toronto,
You have to do
Jacob,
this.
you are making this move, and you're hoping that this works through.
But like we just said, I can live with 47 points and 11 goals. I can live with that. That's my new power play number one. As long as the transition numbers are fine, the breakout numbers stay fine, like, I can live with that. Otherwise, it was going to be Chris Tanev, Brandon Carlo, and I don't know, welcome to the NHL, Calder Cup champion Ben Danford.
And is Morgan Riley still here in October?
It doesn't sound like it. Now, he's a left side guy.
Yeah, no, but I just, in terms
doesn't
of
sound like it.
when you start, and they brought in, as you said, the Emile
Andre.
And it's certainly that whole thing.
And I don't know if they're going to be any good or not, man. I really don't. I don't know how any of this is going to play out. Like, for all I know, Joseph Wall stays healthy next year, plays 51 games, and is a top 10 goalie in the league.
He and Vladar are the best, are we'll call them Bussy and Anderson.
Interesting.
Huh?
Injury prone, but both pretty good.
And just split the season.
I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. Is Vladar injury prone? I don't know if he's.
No,
but he's not a 80 or like a 60 start guy.
No.
So I just look at it, and I think if you're Toronto, and if you have decided we are not allowing the rebuild yet, we are going to try to force the window to stay open, this is a risk worth taking.
Well, and Jacob said, I need to address the defense.
And yes, he did.
And so
Need to do that.
So Benoit is out.
Yep.
Right? Heir to the Benoit Balls fame. So he's out.
Yeah.
And maybe more.
Sends killer.
Maybe more. Yeah, over OT killer.
148-hour streak.
God damn it.
The only two one goal and one brilliant assist, I believe. Was
it was assist in the game winner in game 2.
I think that's right.
And then the OT winner in game 3.
That's
You're
right.
like, dude had one goal all season. Anyways,
I got time for that guy.
I'm
He's
moving
got
on.
big old Benoit balls.
Yeah, I'm moving on from it.
Yeah.
But him out, Emile Andre in, you brought in Raddysh,
Yep.
who, as you suggest, isn't as rugged,
Nope.
but, you know.
He's mobile.
You put a little lipstick on that pig in terms of the physical side. That's fine.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. You're like, he'll stand up for himself. He'll
will.
do these things. He'll block some
He's in
shots.
some
and
scrums. He's in.
Yeah, and get in there, face wash, sure. Anyways,
Yeah. I didn't say he was Roman Polak,
Yeah, he
which
probably-
is the Leafs' element of playoff tough.
he won't
on the
take
right side.
the number of penalties that Simon Benoit took.
He did not. It won't, hopefully.
And hopefully nobody does.
No.
Anyways, it's interesting to see that Chayka has not only started to like quite radically alter
The DNA.
of the defense.
Yeah.
That it's certainly moving in a way.
And this is where I'm coming into it, man. I as I said when we talked about Chaika being hired, I don't know if he's going to be any good. That was off the Jim Hiller. I don't know what are you doing. Like that was weird. But what he has done thus far leans into a style of hockey I believe is more likely to succeed. Right, an up and out mobile defense. Emile Andre's 5'9".
Yeah.
He's, as we were talking about in the Korean, kind of a fire hydrant guy. Like he's not a light, get knocked off the puck easy kind of guy, but almost like a Rasmus Sandin. If you're
a Fabian Zetterlund.
there you go. If you're comfortable with that on your third pair and don't ask any more of him, I think you'll be fine. If Darren Raddysh is now in your top 4 on the right and is mobile, can break the puck out, the Leafs' defensive strategy for the last 2 years has been, fuck, I hope Joseph Wall's good tonight.
Hope Stolar's good.
Right. And they are when they're in there.
Okay. So you've provided a great pivot point in this conversation.
that,
And it's
man.
because you're a pro.
Yeah, sure.
And it comes
just
down
drunkenly
to
rambling.
Yeah, perfect. Chayka felt like a bargain basement sort of hiring.
Yes.
And if you remember the organization said, we spoke to 40 people, and this is the guy we want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been exiled for.
Okay,
Yep.
it's fine. And
Yep,
you're like,
sure.
it still feels like a winner's purchase here.
Yeah,
Not
little bit.
And so whatever. And then you go Jim Hiller, and you're like, we spoke to 55 coaches, and this is the guy we want. And you're like, it still feels like a Sally Ann purchase to me.
A little bit.
And a guy who came from LA with a really defensive style. Like that.
And perhaps got to ride on the coattails of that being Todd McClellan's implementation, right? Like a team that could already do that because a different coach set it up for him.
And there were some red flags in terms of player usage, especially on the defense.
Brant Clark. If you are...
And Spence. Like those two
Jordan
guys
Spence,
played.
yes, that's right.
Those two, they're
He didn't want to use them, either of them.
right. And so...
Now, they couldn't keep both.
No.
But he clearly didn't like either.
But I'm trying to think, it wasn't... So Clark got ice time at the expense of Spence.
And then they went out and brought in Cece and Dumoulin.
Well, why
and
wouldn't
I
you?
think Joel Edmondson.
Yeah. Like, come on. They made the playoffs. You did not. So shut your mouth. So...
We made the playoffs too, and we had star Joel Edmondson.
And maybe Cody Cece? Yeah, maybe.
He was.
Sure he did, yeah.
Yes.
So anyways,
a minute ago.
I'm wondering if
I have
bargain
time.
basement Hiller is the guy to run we're going more offensive, move the puck. If that's the guy who's going to translate into what the Leafs want.
I agree with that concern. Like I have that concern as well. And yet there is a certain part of me that looks at it and goes, maybe he was just running in LA with what he had, right?
Is that
His
hope?
Best,
Or
yeah, it is hope. There is like Adrian Kempe is his best forward as opposed to Willie or Austin.
Yeah. Adrian Kempe and Kevin Fiala. And then you add Panarin, but you're
and
right.
you took Fiala away from him this year down the stretch, and he ends up getting shit canned. Kopitar's
Tom
37.
Wilson actually
Here's
took him away.
Yes. Well, not you specifically, Rob. Although I believe you would have if the nation had have asked.
Yes, I would.
Although if the nation had asked you to kick a horse to death, apparently you'd
No, I would
turn
not.
us down.
I would not do that.
That horse is kicking you to death the second he's unchanged.
But that's why I am. And you know what? Having seen multiple Clydesdales up close.
Yeah, not just the statues outside a brewery, Rob.
Right.
We're talking about real ones.
No, those were real ones in the brewery.
I do. It is a concern for me, but I've also seen him run the Leafs power play. Outside of like being an assistant coach for Babcock, he was an assistant coach under
Sheldon Keefe.
No.
Before that?
Yeah.
Before Babcock?
No. He came in with Babcock when Babcock got fired and he got pushed out later. He went with Barry Trotz when the Islanders were good. He was an assistant coach there.
Really?
Yeah. So there is some.
Sorry, Jim Hiller, I haven't been following you.
Are you like an assistant coach who is absolutely like deserves to be a head coach, or are you the classic you should probably stay an assistant coach? The Kings' underlying numbers for long stretches were all like possession strong, offense strong, power play strong. But when he had what he had in LA, maybe he was adapting to
what you have?
Yeah. Which is what a good coach should.
Of
and again,
course.
there is a certain amount of me here coping, right? Like,
Man, because those guys, and the number of Kings games I saw, the 2 Ottawa games, plus maybe another game and a half, probably beyond that, they were boring as shit. Like, if they could keep you under 20 shots and they were generating under 20 shots, like those games were painful.
Carolina light.
Super light.
Yeah. But it would he adapt back to a get up and get going system now on a team that has Matthews and Willie and McKenna and playoff superstar Easton Cowan?
Nyes.
We'll see.
A healthy Nyes if he's still there, because people keep talking about
They
trading
sure
him.
do.
And so whatever they get back from trading Morgan Riley, whatever.
Which is likely to
Darnell Nurse.
just be cap.
Hello, Nurse. Matt's building is not tall enough for him to
Oh my God, that is not that's not the play. Chaika,
Yeah.
that'll be
Anyways,
my last Wendy's burger if you.
I just, yeah. El Poco Loco.
It won't really. I'm all talk.
Exactly. It's a couple of hirings that were suspect, but it's interesting. They are making a stamp. They are.
I think the Hiller hiring, while unsexy, is more defensible than the Chaika hiring. I think he's been in the league. He knows what's up. He's been in this market before.
Yeah.
By all accounts,
Yeah.
he seems to have a decent relationship with Matthews and Willie, which is apparently very important.
So did Hyman with Babcock, and
Yeah.
So I know.
That
in and of itself, not necessarily.
It's not a whole thing, but if you want those guys to compete,
Yep. No.
yeah,
I am in a complete and total wait and see.
as am I.
And I did refer to him as Jim Hillier at the beginning of the
Yeah.
pod, so he's not really on my radar.
No, he's a MP from
Yeah, somewhere in Central
Western.
Ontario. Yeah.
We've only got a couple minutes left here. Take a run at the current state of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Man, I am. You know what? If you want me to take a run at this, I think there's a legitimate chance that the rotation could be getting healthier.
See you Monday, Beebs.
And
The Sunday game was obviously rained out here, so
okay, I didn't see that. I was going to say Cease was supposed to be pitching today.
yeah. Maybe I take back my. Bieber was supposed to start Monday. Maybe everybody gets pushed back. a day.
I don't think you skip.
You're not skipping.
You don't
Dylan
skip a
Cease.
Cease.
No.
So the Bats, short of that 16-2 drubbing on.
And they went 4-1 this week.
And so if you look at the sweep in Boston, rolling in, and that comeback, hey, man, how do you pitch to my boy Kazuma Okamoto in that tie game? You're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's the Bats seem to be coming. Kirky back, I think, has been a huge.
Touches every part of your game.
And I am
your running
coming-
game, your pitching game, your
I'm
lineup.
coming across as a bit of a fanboy here, but it's been 3 tough months.
Has it ever? And you get that sweep in Boston, you're like, okay, you're right there. And then you absolutely get your poo pushed in on Friday in Chicago.
Cosman, I'm like, who's pitching tonight? It was 7. It was an afternoon game.
30% of his walks this season came in his Friday game. Like, that was a brutal outing.
7-zip
and then it
after
sure
one.
looks like on Saturday you're going to get crushed again. And you pull that one out of the fire.
I just hope, and like I said, there was some good offense in Boston.
Yes.
And you're starting to see a bit of this. If the pitching can continue, Jimmy Garcia on the radar.
Yeah.
I just think there is a great opportunity.
And you're there. Like,
They're in wild card 3
Yes.
today, which is kind of gross.
it really is. The AL is shit, but
At
we'll
one
take it.
game
Thank you.
under 500,
Yeah.
you are in wild card 3 and I think unless they go smoking hot in the second half,
Yeah. No, you're going to be in this.
you're
Not necessarily this muck, but you're not winning the division.
But wild card 1, where the Rays are right now, and the division where the Yankees are, seems to be almost at a reach.
Yes.
At this point, so it is wild card 2 or 3. It seems like.
Yeah, you're going to have to win 4, lose 3, win 6, lose 5. Like, it's going to be like this now down the stretch. Can you get to wild card 2? Can you get to... You're not winning the division.
But
it's going to be this kind of finish. But
Get to the All-Star game, and let's be 3 or 4 games above 500.
do you think anything of Vladdy leading the voting
No.
at first base in the All-Star game? Ernie Clement at second base leading the...
Man, does Ernie have? It's just me, or does he have more errors?
Oh, yeah, he's not been good defensively.
It doesn't
Well, he's
matter.
been better recently.
But he grabbed that ball on Saturday, and
Yeah.
you're like, whoa, what are you doing? Right?
Just in general, I thought that Saturday game, you could pretty easily read into John Schneider's mind when he starts an outfield of Straw, Varsho, and
Lucas.
This, hey, we can't hit. Like, we need some bats. And yeah, fuck it. Until somebody catches a ball, doesn't matter. Like, like, you've been watching Pinongo, who I like, but he kicks it around out there.
Yeah,
Jesus Sanchez
Yeah.
kicking it around out there. He clearly went, you know what? Back to basics here. We're going to put 3 guys out there that we know will at least catch the ball. And it didn't look like it was going to work. Like you said, like they were trailing for most of that game. They end up getting it going. And
How about Varsh? hitting that
Varsh.
3-run homer.
Yeah.
I'm like, there you go.
There's some offense.
Can we do more of that, please?
Dalton, what's a contract year Varsho?
Yeah.
It's
Well, as my way better half, who's a huge Dead Poet Society fan, every time Dalton Varsho comes up, she's like, yeah, and what about you, Dalton? That means you too, Dalton. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. And I always say, but he's an elite glove. Can we just give him a little breathing room here, please? Give a little breathing room.
as opposed to the other person in your home who prefers Taylor Swift's Poet Society.
Yeah, tragic,
Tra-
fateful, sad, overrated. Gah, I'm out.
Was that the Leafs or was it? All right. We'll wrap it up here. I gotta tell you, man, the biggest thing about today, June 22nd, if you are in the Kawartha area, the Tragically Chip ice cream by the Kawartha Dairy out today. Get some. Don't get it all, but get some.
Sorry, Kawartha Dairy has a
Tragically
chip
being unveiled today for the first time ever.
On Matt's birthday.
And I'm sitting here in the nation's capital like a fucking idiot.
On your birthday. And just...
Someone will gather.
Yeah,
up, so.
and just so we don't end this, being recorded on Father's Day.
Yeah.
It is there is Mother's Day, then there's Pets Day, then there's Grandparents' Day, then there's your second cousin removes birthday.
Brother-in-law day.
Then there is Then there's Father's Day.
Yep.
Give your dad a hug. Tell your dad you love him. You're thankful for all that he's done for you. He is the overlooked guy in the house. Give 100%. Dad a shout out. Love you, Dad.
Love you, Dad. That's it. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.